Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Two Wide Racing. We had a good Saturday night race this week at Martinsville, and we're going to talk about it. Talk about how there wasn't much to talk about, maybe a little bit, and give you our thoughts on the race and also some pace schemes towards the end of the video. So let's get it going.
Yeah, we had the Blue Emu 400, which was shortened from the 500, the only race this year where they actually changing things up and shortening the race, which thank goodness they did.
Right.
We had a little rain delay, rain and snow actually,
It's
shockingly
crazy.
cold for this race. So it was postponed about an hour. When the race actually did start, it was about 3 hours. So
Right.
nice,
Snappy.
tight race.
I like that time frame better than 4 or 5.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that sounds a lot better to the ear and feels a little bit cleaner. Like I sort of alluded to, maybe not as much to talk about the race, but hey, that's noteworthy, and it felt like an improvement because yeah, it would have been kind of a bit even more boring today, maybe,
Yeah,
or last night, I should say, whatever.
it was a shockingly dull race.
Yeah.
Hendricks dominated.
Yep.
The first half of the race, nothing but Chase Elliott. Led every lap for the first two stages, won the
Right.
first two stages, and suffered that curse. Win the first two stages, can't win the race. Just usually seems to work out that way.
Right, it's like a voodoo hex or something. You win that first stage or two, and you feel like your day is going good, but you get caught up and something happens. You never be able to finish it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not worth it for them. Maybe finish second in the stages.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
don't know.
after the second stage, Byron took the lead, and other than some pit maneuvering, led every lap for the second half of the race. Not a lot of passing going on, no change ups. Just shockingly boring for what should have been an exciting short track race.
Right.
Complete opposite of the previous night's Xfinity race, which was just a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Something like 17 cautions.
Right. It looked like at one point like a video game car wreck, like a highlight reel some kid put up on the internet of like 17 cars just like it stopped on the track, but no, it was a melee, and that looked a lot much more like the short track racing you might expect at Martinsville.
Yeah.
But for some reason the Cup show was not very chancy or rough or bang 'em up or anything really.
Yeah.
Just nothing. So it's kind of the most like generic race maybe like of the year. Like it felt like it was just a bit stale.
Yeah. Almost no cautions, and the few we had
Right.
were minor. Really
Right.
no wrecks to speak of.
Right.
Only one car didn't finish.
Yeah, it was like that last week at the short track, another short track where it was no cautions. Something like green flag racing, which can last. The week before it was saved by a really good ending, but this week didn't. It just kind of played out, ran
Yeah.
its course, and it wasn't anything to write home about. Basically, like
Yeah, Richmond was overall more exciting.
Mhm.
We did have some lead changes and
Yeah.
excitement going on. Yeah, this one pretty dull.
yeah, but the lack of like wrecks and like incidents at the two short tracks like that is interesting. I think Bristol dirt next week is probably unavoidable. There's going to be incidents, one would imagine, but I don't know how much the tire plays into it. The tires are something we do talk about, but maybe not enough sometimes. And I don't know if it was the weather or what it was, but you figure it would play into the race a bit stronger, maybe. But it felt like the last 2 weeks of both the short tracks, it was kind of really no real tire things to speak of. At least a little bit, some kind of fall off or something you would expect, at a short track race where it's hard on them.
Yeah. The tires just performing too well.
Yeah.
Apparently at Martinsville.
A
And
little too good or something,
Yeah.
maybe. I'm not sure. It's weird, too, how there's, like, different tires for different races. I've never really understood the complete, intricacies of all that, how they come to different tracks with different compounds and stuff like that. That's so wild. But So yeah, I don't know if it's just like a new thing with this one or Goodyear or what it was. Maybe that's the issue for some of the less dynamic racing. It's also interesting just that they couldn't pass. That felt like that's been improved at some of the other tracks with the car. So it's a weird balance.
Yeah.
Like trying to achieve the both of them. It's weird. You think the short tracks would just be all right and like just sort it out, but yeah, it's been a bit tamer than we'd expect. Especially early in the season, you think teams and stuff would mix it up and like chance it out more. I don't know. Like I said, we got Bristol dirt, so maybe that'll make up for it with some calamity and stuff like that. But shout out to the nationwide race that was exciting with some melee, good like pissed off fight. I don't know about not taking off your helmet during a fight though. That's kind of weak sauce, bro.
Yeah,
if you're
not
gonna
a good look.
throw punches at another driver and you're both out of your car, and take off your stupid helmet, man. Come on, dude. You just gotta take your lumps at that point.
Yeah, you look like a coward when you don't
right.
take it off.
Right. You just gotta, come on, brother. But I also don't know how much his thing was even worth fighting about. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was the end of a race and it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't his night. He thought he was gonna win. I think is probably what it was.
He absolutely thought he was going to win that and overreacted.
Yeah. But hey, it's good to see that drama, and it was interesting that the nationwide race had much more of an interesting storyline.
Yeah.
This weekend, which hey, shout out to that series. It's still a great series. It doesn't always get the shine. To be fair, I don't always watch them. It's a lot of racing.
Mm-hmm.
Just NASCAR in itself is a lot of racing. So it's hard to keep up with all of it, but it is a great series, and there's hungry dudes there who are willing to mix it up.
Yeah, and this week we had Dale Jr. Joining in.
Right.
Yeah.
Old Junebug back in the seat.
Yeah, for his once a year.
Is it always once a year?
Yeah, he comes back once a year.
Okay.
But yeah, he did all right. I think he finished 11th.
Hey.
But yeah.
Not just like when he left. Ooh, sorry, Junior Nation. My bad.
Anyway, somebody else underperforming this week, unfortunately, was all of the Toyotas could not follow up last week's win.
Right.
Denny with a shockingly poor performance, finishing 28th.
Right.
Getting lapped by Chase in stage 1 and just never recovering and really not moving. Pretty much running high 20s the whole night.
It didn't seem, correct me if I'm wrong, like a lot too much to mix them up, like people coming up to the field or anything like that. Kind of the same stuff you'd expect at a short track race, but
yeah.
it's
One Toyota that did was actually Bubba, who started 29th and managed to work his way up to 16th.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So he did
the Hard Charger Award. Okay.
But surprisingly, the best Toyota, shockingly, Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch? There's like a Kurt Busch resurgence this year.
Yeah. This is not the first time he's been the best Toyota, working his way up there at the end and managing to finish 6th. And Kyle also finishing in 7th right behind him, which was better than he had been doing all night, running in the teens for most of it. So
yeah,
pretty underwhelming performance for Toyota.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like you said, coming off last week where they really racked him up, and we're looking super strong.
Yeah, I was definitely hoping for better from Denny. Bell started out strong, running around the 5th position, but getting penalized and just not recovering.
Yeah.
Finishing in 20th. And Truex, who has a great history at Martinsville, finishing 22nd. So, disappointing night for Toyota.
Just felt a little off this week, I guess. And then I don't think it helps anytime you see Hendrick come through and just dominate the race and then take the trophy at the end.
Yeah.
That makes it a little less exciting. We don't have to explain our thoughts on that too much, but it's doesn't help the cause.
No. And Byron winning his 2nd race of the year, the first driver to do so. So
it's surprising. You would have thought it would have been Chase or Larson. It feels like Larson's been a little off. I don't know of late.
That's the most surprising thing
Mhm.
about this season is just how underwhelming his performance has been.
Right.
After last year's just utter domination,
Yeah.
I was expecting more of the same.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it if it keeps going much longer than this, without at least like a close win. But he's maybe kind of just creeps up towards the end and lands in like the top 10. That kind of feels like on one of the good weeks of late. Other weeks he has had malfunctions and things like that. That stuff kind of happens, but definitely thought maybe it would be clicking off more wins and being more of a force. And so
Absolutely.
to see Byron, who also, has wins, but didn't, win, 8 or 9 last year or what it was that Larson won?
Oh, 10.
10,
He
I'm
won
sorry.
10
10,
last
10.
year.
Yeah, he's not that kind of a driver. So to see him kind of, flounder.
Larson's surprisingly inferior performance this year, Hendrick has still managed to win half of the schedule.
Dum.
Yep. Out of 8 races now, they have won 4.
Yeah, that's, to be expected,
Yeah.
but it doesn't make it any less disheartening. And we did think, JGR and Toyota coming off of last week might have had a better shot or a better showing, at least been more of a force this week, But unfortunately, no. Still Bristol. Got a lot of wins there. Hendrick, not so much, but I believe didn't Larson win? Larson has won Bristol, I think. Did he win it last year?
I'm not sure who won the fall race, but it was Logano that won on the dirt last year.
Right, okay. Logano. Crazy.
Who finished second today, which was his best finish of the year.
That's surprising, too.
Yeah. So, who knows what we'll see next week?
Right.
Bristol Dirt, Easter night race on a Sunday.
Excited. Still excited about it. It
Yeah.
should be better than this last week, so.
Yeah. We would hope.
Right.
So, what do we think about Diggers?
Diggers this week? I don't know. Like a 2? 2
Yeah.
digger?
Yeah, I think we'll be generous and give it a 2 digger.
Yeah, I'm going to stick on 2 diggers.
Can't do any better.
Yeah, we're trying to be fair and critical and righteous about the diggers. So you got to pass them out the right way. 2. I feel like a 2 digger.
Yeah.
We got to call it like it is. That's what we do here at CY. We call it like it is. So we're hoping for next week at the Bristol Dirt Race to have a little bit more exciting action. Hopefully, an action-packed night race is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I'm glad they decided to make it a night race. I think that adds just another little notch to it. It makes it even that much more exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. After this video, we got our paint review video coming up. As always, sending people to paint jail is what we do. We take paint very, very seriously. It is a passion of ours, along with racing, almost equal in spirit. So,
Sure is.
like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Leave us a comment. Let us know who you like and how much you don't like Kyle Busch. We will see you on the next one, guys. Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Amen.